Yo, what is up guys? It is me here, Stanley, back in our video. Today, I'm going to explain how I went from a silver player last season to high gold / low plat now. Now, some overview about me. I started playing near the end of Shifting Tides and stayed stuck in silver for Shifting Tides and Void Edge. I even got into copper at some point, so yeah. However, at the start of the season, I managed to place myself in gold 3, and I made my way all the way up to plat 3, got quite deep in, then dropped back to gold 1 where I am now. Disclaimer for this video, I'm not the best player in the world. I'm just gonna say some things that I learned through my journey as being a pretty new player in this game. So yeah, let's get into how I accomplished this. The first thing is that basically you need to know what your strengths and weaknesses are. You can't just watch some video from Godly or Shima and jump into a ranked game and try and frag out, because let's face it, you're probably like me and you're not going to be nowhere near as good as them. So don't try and get clips that can put you in dangerous situations which can jeopardize the success of the team. For me, I know that my mechanics are pretty bad, so I usually play ops that benefit the team like Valk or Thermite. So if I die, I still did something useful, usually. And speaking of what ops I play, you need to be able to choose the correct ops that help your team. If your team is missing an op that is really good for a specific site, just take one for the team and play that op, because your chances of winning will go up if you do that. Also, use ops that play towards your strengths. For example, don't play Vigil if you're not a good fragger, because you need to get kills as Vigil to be actually useful to the team. So if you're like me and are bad at fragging, don't play Vigil. Now, some obvious things to look out for when improving your fragging ability is like those things like crosshair placement, recoil control. And if you want to improve at those, just do T-Hunt or something. I don't really know. People just say do T-Hunt, so yeah, just do T-Hunt. And I personally still have to improve at those things. One of the most important things to have after your mechanics are decent, or like they're okay enough, is to have good map knowledge and callouts. Even if your mechanics aren't the best, having good map knowledge and callouts will help your team a lot more than being okay at the game. So you still need to be okay at the game, but you still need map knowledge basically. And even if you're solo queuing, just call out, because it's super helpful. I hate it when I queue up with other randoms and no one talks, because what's the point of being a team-based game, you know? And also, once you have map knowledge, you'll be able to know common choke points and places to attack or defend, and learning the names of specific areas of the map will also help your teammates pinpoint exact locations of where enemies are. And map knowledge helps you know which places on specific maps benefit from which gadgets. Valk cams in particular need quite a lot of map knowledge, like where to hide your Valk cams, where to put them, like common places where enemies will come through basically. That's where you're going to put your Valk cams, and you're going to need map knowledge for that. Now, another thing that you need to do more if you aren't already is drone things out. So, if you aren't droning things out, you're putting yourself more at risk than if you were to drone it out. And without intel, going into site is going to be a lot harder, because if you drone the site, you can use your brain and know in the general area of where the defender is going to be. If you didn't drone, the defender could be sitting in any corner and you would not know any information. Long story short, intel in this game is really important, and if you're trying to rank up, having intel is gonna make your life a lot easier than just flicking on heads, which is quite hard to do consistently. And if you can, that's actually really cool, because I can't. Now, also another thing that helped me rank up was queuing with other people. Queuing with other people allows more coordination and chemistry with your teammates, rather than just playing with randoms every game. You don't know their strengths or weaknesses, and they could be annoying too sometimes. So yeah. And if you don't have any friends to queue with, you can friend people you meet when solo queuing, or you can go on Siege Discords to find players. I don't really join many Siege Discords. The only one I'm in is the official one, and I'm pretty sure there's tons of people there looking for players, so you'll probably find teammates there. And some other things that you can do to improve your performance is play around with your attachments and settings until you're happy with them. Don't go by some guide and just copy that, because whatever works for that person may not work for you, and you want to find what's best for you, so do that. Also, don't initiate toxicity, because being toxic is not going to make you better, and if you're toxic to your teammates, you're probably not getting anyone to queue with, so yeah, that's probably why you're solo queuing anyway, so don't be toxic. And one final thing to say, learn from your mistakes. Don't blame bad teammates every time, or you'll never improve. Take the blame and think what you could have done better in that situation, you know? Like, sometimes it is the bad teammates, but there may have been something that could have improved your situation at the time, you know? And something else you can do is record your own gameplay and watch it over, because then you'll know exact things you need to improve on. And watching VODs, yeah, helps you know what you need to. So that is about it for this video. If you're still here, I have one final thing to say. I may be a little bit boosted. Yeah, so if you enjoyed that video, or that's the part of the video you came for, please hit that like button. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!